Okay, let's bring in star attorney for President Donald Trump and general counsel for Save America, Alina Habba. Alina, big news, great news for Trump. You know, I'm just watching 9-0. It's got to be vindication for you. I'll get your first response.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've said that this was a pretty basic decision that I think the Supreme Court got it absolutely correct. The Constitution says what it says. They tried to skirt it. They tried to use politics in the courtroom. And I'm really thrilled, as somebody who's a continuous critic of injustice that I've seen firsthand against President Trump, that the Supreme Court did what was right. They took politics out of things. They applied law to the Constitution. They looked at it. They didn't allow politics to let their decision waver. And it was a good day, like I said, for America, not just for President Trump.
Yeah, it would have been utter chaos if they let, there's 4 liberal Supreme Court justices or judges, whatever they call them in Colorado, who agreed that they wanted to take Trump off for insurrection, for the insurrection clause, even though he's not been accused of insurrection in any court in the land. And then there was the Maine Secretary of State, and then there was the lower court, the circuit court judge, a traffic judge, who did it in the state of Illinois. I mean, it would have been all hell breaking loose in America if these things were allowed to stand, right?
100%. And I think we've seen all hell break loose. I think that's the best way to describe it. We've been watching all hell break loose in America. And the Supreme Court made a great decision today. And I love some of the commentary in there. If you have time to read it, because it discusses one of the things that I truly believe. This is anti-American. We need to turn down the temperature as a country. We need to start being more tolerant. We need to start being kind. And we need to believe in the system of law and order that embraces our Constitution, embraces our republic. We are not a third world country. And today gave, hopefully the American people, definitely me, renewed hope that our future will be bright and we will be allowed to go vote for who you want to vote for, whoever that is, Republican, Democrat, it shouldn't matter. But most certainly a state should not be able to make that decision for you, no matter who the candidate is. And President Trump spoke eloquently about that today.
Yeah, and he did. He came out and he said, he was right, too, because if you let the state, can you imagine what Texas would do, or Florida would do, or Oklahoma would? It would just be it would be insane. Listen, though, you want to have confidence, you want to have faith in the system, and then you have a congressman who, by the way, was part of the impeached Trump when Trump was president. This guy is not willing to give up. Take the loss, go home, and start over. Jamie Raskin, listen.
I am working with a number of my colleagues, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Eric Swalwell, to revive legislation that we had to set up a process by which we could determine that someone who committed insurrection is disqualified by Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And the House of Representatives already impeached Donald Trump for participating in insurrection by inciting it. So the House has already pronounced upon that.
So Jamie Raskin's basically saying, oh, we'll take it up in Congress. I mean, when did they not learn the lesson, Alina?
In 2024, in November 2024, I believe. I think that this divisiveness, this continuous double, triple down is what is hurting the Democratic Party, to be honest. I think that the American public sees it for what it is. The fact that he just went on TV and said he was going to be with Debbie Wasserman Schultz as his ally says it all. I think that we really need to embrace today, to try and remember who we are as a country, to ignore the noise that is people like that going on with Dana. And I truly can say that I just don't pay much mind to it anymore. Today was a good day for this country and for the Constitution. And it does not matter what your politics are. Everybody should embrace that, because if we have a Republican president or a Democratic president, it shouldn't matter. Nobody should be dealing with the ordeal that President Trump has dealt with. The political and legal lawfare, frankly, that they've done to him has been unfair. It's un-American. And today was a really big step in the right direction. So I commend the Supreme Court. I ask that people like him take a step back and remember the America we grew up in, because it was not like this. And